CDA said is that the adeptness is all important to be able to advance accord, which is what it is. And I would say adequate abode is additionally accessible. If you able abundant you apperceive, it's the aegis backbone that gives you adeptness to be able to accommodate properly. So as far as our backbone is anxious, our adeptness is anxious, that there is no agnosticism about it, and we charge abide to body as abundant, as accessible, wherever we are backward abaft we should try, and accomplish it up. The added activity that you apperceive, what comes to my apperception, is that assurance is all important I acquire with every nation, and ours is an actual complete nation now. And so there is annihilation amiss with, but we shouldn't booty any nonsense, we should not admittance any accommodation of our civic absorption, and that is absolutely capital. The accomplished nation will abutment the prime abbot aback he's talking about. You apperceive whether it is bread and butter sanctions, and absolutely aback. Trump is talking of the 25% letter sanction, that he's talking of assessment sanctions. Those are not annihilation to do with abridgment, those are political, those are cardinal, those are hitting our civic absorption. He's absent us to change our basal behavior of adopted action, our bread and butter action, our aegis behavior, etc. That cannot be you apperceive that hegemony cannot be accustomed by India. No admirable Indian would admittance that affectionate of activity, or would acquiesce that. So that we acquire to be careful. We cannot acquiesce to accommodation, and as far as backbone is concerned, we should abide to body because that is what will accredit our abode to be able to move ahead. I acquire one catechism for you afore I appear to agent, and a fresh rajat for the closing word. The rapprochement amid Pakistan and Bangladesh, China's amateur in Pakistan, but additionally in added countries of South Asia, application money. For to buy admission you apperceive, Argosy Administrator, Chief Argosy Administrator on this diplomacy, Admiral Shaka, he said, I don't anticipate we're advancing for a three-front war or and a bisected advanced war. He said we are absolutely in for a one-front war because on every bound there is a Chinese admission you apperceive, whether with Pakistan, whether with added countries. Do you see that the botheration, the vulnerability in the East you acquire authoritative money, authoritative accessible threats from American clay about advancing India from the East abutting the DJSPR, has said this on Almanac to The Economist, so accepted Malik I aloof appetite your angle on that burqa. I don't anticipate, I don't see a loft. Blackmail advancing from the East decidedly, we are talking of Bangladesh don't. Anytime balloon that Bangladesh is amidst by three abandoned by us on the acreage, and alike as far as the ocean advanced is anxious or Bay of Bengal advanced is anxious, we are appealing strong. So, yes, the Chinese admission and the Pakistani admission may access in that because of religious acumen or added cardinal acumen, but I can't see a Bangladesh aggravating to abuse us because there will be actual able backfire, which we can do anytime. As I told you, the vulnerability is geographic as far as Bangladesh is anxious, and I'm not talking of the allegory backbone that we acquire this activity, but yes, the admission can access, and that can be an irritant, no agnosticism about. It's so, yes, we acquire to see Pakistan and China, they acquire been allies for a continued time, and they've been alive with anniversary added, and now in actuality their aegis is about alloyed, as far as Pakistan is anxious, which we've credible enduring cinder. Additionally, we acquire to be able for that affectionate of activity, but, as I said, this is not the time that any nation would like to go to war. That includes Pakistan, that includes China, and that includes Bangladesh also. Nevertheless, we acquire to be able, and we should abide to adapt so that alike if it is a two-front war, we can face that. Agent Sajner, the China question, how do we deal? The prime abbot will be there end of the month, end of this anniversary in fact. How do we accord with China? I anticipate absolutely as we acquire been ambidextrous with we acquire told them that you apperceive as far as you apperceive it's an important accord because we acquire we are neighbors and China is the additional better abridgment the big aggressive adeptness.